Arknights Figures are getting freaking good. By the way, before we get started, I do want to thank today's sponsor, Boomslank. Boomslank is an anime apparel brand that focuses on selling t-shirts and hoodies, although they do sell a couple of phone cases and also sketchbooks, I think. I'll leave a link down below in the description. I actually own a couple of shirts myself, and their designs do look pretty sick. Pick up a shirt, helps out the channel. So I have 3 here today that I opened up because I've been putting it off for way too long. So the first one here I have in front of me is made by Furyu, and it is Hoshiguma's 1/7 scale of her Ronin Huntress skin. Absolutely phenomenal figure. This is one of my most requested figures for Arknights. When the skin first got announced in CN, I was like, alright, I need a figure of this with like all the clouds, the shields, the swords, everything. And Furyu, well, they delivered. I'm actually quite surprised because I've heard a couple of things about Furyu and none of them have been too great, but they knocked it out of the park with this one. Or maybe not knocked it out of the park, but they did an exceptionally good job, surpassing my expectations by a long shot. It is also the most expensive, coming in at 26,000 yen compared to the rest. I mean, they're all in like the 20,000 yen range, but she's the most expensive at 26,000. Okay, now before I start off with the figure itself, I do want to talk about the box real quick. It's okay. It's nothing special. I feel like I'm jaded to like figure boxes that have windows now because I kind of feel like they look kind of tacky. It's a very standard figure box, right? With like a weird shaped cutout of the figure on the front. Sure, you get a couple of street symbols and things like that just to match the figure, of course. Information on the back, yeah, nothing too crazy. The cardboard's not super flimsy at least, but it's not like super solid either. I recently got the Mona figure in and that box felt not as solid as this one. In terms of the figure itself, the biggest concern I had was going to be the face. The face is the biggest thing when it comes to a figure for me. Like if it looks bad to me, I probably won't pick up the figure at all. And this one, it's not bad. I think she actually looks pretty good. Her lips are definitely more pronounced in the promotional photos, I feel like. They're a lot more pink. This one, it's very thin and you can almost not see it at all, but paint job on everything else looks great. The swords, the flag, the clouds, her fit is fantastic. I love it. It's just the black top is super form-fitting. I love the sleeves and the baggy pants. I blame Final Fantasy VII's Cloud for me liking baggy pants. And the boots. Oh my god, this is such an aesthetic. And I love the cloud base. Very unique, very cool. And the pose too. Hoshiguma is also very simple to put together, just follow the instructions. I would say put the middle sword in first before anything else, because after you put Hoshiguma on, if you're trying to get the middle sword in, it's a little bit of a pain to get your hand in there. The sword on the right here is very huge, and then the shield also kind of gets in the way too, so keep note. Furyu, you did a fantastic job. Hopefully you can come back to this kind of level of quality because, well, if you check out Furyu's recent stuff on AmiAmi, they've been putting out, like, I don't know how you can actually even compare these prices to what you put out with this, with what those look like right now. 29K for that? Are you kidding me? When you got me to pay 26K for this? Like it's not even close. All right, next to my left here, or to your right, is Apex's Lapland 1/7 scale, her Elite 2. This is a fantastic figure. It comes in at about 21,000 yen, I think. And you could get the more basic version, because there's 2 of them, for a little bit more cheaper, I think. Basic version just comes with the base, but without the wolves and the originium effects. I did initially pre-order this one because the face looked a little bit weird to me in the promotional photos, but now looking at it in person, she looks fantastic. I think this is definitely one of the best Arknights figures to get. If you have Texas from Good Smile Company, you definitely want to pick up Apex's because I feel like, you know, it really accompanies that figure very well with the 2 swords and everything. Just her overall outfit, the pose, the facial expression, it looks great. The paint job is also very stellar on this. I was very impressed. I also love the hair sculpt. They did a great job on her hair. It's very sharp, very finely sculpted. Looks great. I think the only thing you're gonna have trouble with is like Lapland Silver Wolf. This thing is very prone to falling off, which is weird because this is the one that has the hole. It actually has a peg hole, and there's a peg on top of one of the originium pieces that you can just press it in, but it actually still falls off relatively easily. The black one doesn't really fall off too much. Actually, it doesn't fall off at all. This one's fallen off 0 times, while this one's fallen off like 10 times at least for me. Okay, last up, box for Lapland. Apex did a great job on her box. Very solid cardboard. Feels like a tank. No windows. I just think that looks better that way. If you don't provide any windows, it just makes it feel more premium to me. And also a little bit of an interesting way to open the box. It actually has some Velcro tabs on the side and it opens like a book. And you can just plop out the figure. With the Velcro tabs, it almost reminds me of Stronger's box for Nero, the 3rd Ascension figure, which by the way, one of Nero's best figures by far. I can't really say anything. Great price, great quality, superb. Apex still showing off they got it. On to my right here is definitely the one that comes with, I guess, the most stuff, and probably the biggest one here is Nian from Any Game. 1/7 scale, this is her Unfettered Freedom version. Simplistic, but comes with a lot of stuff. Heavily reminds me of Ningguang from Apex as well. But just like the whole diorama set, they're both singing in a chair, they both got this like huge backdrop thing in the back, and a bunch of stuff on the base. It's very sick. She comes with a lot of stuff. I just love the little things, right? Like the wine cups, the fruit, the little vase with the plant, like very nice. The bonsai tree. Everything just looks really good. And very easy to put together, by the way. It has a lot of stuff, but everything has grooves on it. And I like that. Nothing really falls off the base when you start picking it up. The only thing that doesn't have grooves on it is the drawer with the sword, but that's not too bad. Nian is very finely sculpted. I love her hair. The paint job is also very precise. I like the little dragon designs on her dress, and plus the red paint on her arms too. With the designs, everything looks very sharp, very clean. Even the gradient from her skin to like the red paint, super clean. Last up for Neon's box. She probably has the best box in my opinion. Just cause it looks nice, right? Very solid, nice clean design. Dope pictures on the front. You even got the big ass Sui logo in the back. It's a very solid box. That figure ain't breaking in shipping at all. Yeah, Arknights Figures, they're really killing it, man. The Chinese manufacturers like Apex, this is my first figure for Any Game, and I think it looks amazing. Especially for the price, because Hoshiguma was the most expensive one, and I do think she looks probably the sickest. I'm just biased because I like Hoshi a lot, but they all look pretty freaking sick. They're not like ridiculously cheap, but they're not super freaking expensive, right? I'm actually so happy because Arknights is one of my favorite mobile games, and they've just been killing it with like the figurines. I have yet to receive an Arknights figure that I think is like subpar. I guess like Scotty from Code of Kia is a little bit okay. Like it's a very solid figure, but I don't think it's like as amazing as this one just because it's a little bit plain. But speaking of Scotty, she is getting another figure by Mythos of her Alter version, and it looks sick. I'm hoping for the Mythos price tag because Mythos is also making Searcher, who has been delayed like 3 times now. She's still not out yet. She comes out next month. But that figure was priced at like 16,000 yen, which is insane, I think, for that figure. Just look at it. So I'm guessing the Scotty figure will be like, I'm hoping like 25k. That's my dream. If it's like under 30, I'll be happy. If it's over 30, I'll be like, okay, it's whatever. That thing's huge. But I'm hoping it's like 25k. If it's like under that, goddamn. You can't really go wrong with any of the Arknights figures right now. They've all been fantastic. In terms of other Arknights figures I'm really hyped for, Siege E2. I forget who's making that one. Baybox, there you go. Yeah, I had to pre-order that off of Hobby Link Japan instead of AmiAmi because AmiAmi didn't have it. I don't know if that's actually still up for pre-order. It's probably not. But I'm super hyped for that. Unfortunately, they didn't really make the other 2 lions. I especially wanted the one with the paw on Siege's head to be made because that just looked adorable, but that's fine. And then there's obviously Schwartz by Alter, which is probably one of the most expensive figures I've ever pre-ordered ever because that was like 45,000 yen. I'm super worried about shipping for that figure. I hope nothing breaks. I haven't ever received a broken figure before, so I probably shouldn't even be worried, but you know. I do have a couple of other ones on pre-order right now that I'm forgetting off the top of my head. I know Silver Ash is coming in January. Ifrit is coming in January as well, I think. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think I have to talk about anything else. All of these are pretty solid. Pick up an Arknights figure, if you still can anyways. I don't know how the pre-owned aftermarket is for any of these, but hopefully they're not too bad. All right, so thanks for watching this video. Now, gotta start working on some other figure videos. So, catch you guys later. Peace. Special thanks to my patrons Saswat, Beast, Ralku, Hentia, Wandering Kitsune, ZZZ, Higeki, Rev, Pandora, OP Magician, Digital X, and Ultra Blue.